Good afternoon, good evening. It's 7 o'clock, May the 23rd. Welcome to Scrapping on the Fly with Kristen. This is my third attempt to make a video today, and I cannot seem to get it to work for me. So this is my last chance, and then I am done for the night. So I am doing a pretty easy layout just because I've already done all the prep work. And mostly planned everything. I am working on a beach book, and the website that I am on, scrapbookingwithanemarie.com, she's put out a challenge for today to do something different, fun, and bold as a title. And so I have already done 2 pages in that. The first one I used Distress Oxides and made Adventure on this page, and then I used the stencil that I used for that, which I had cut out on my Cricut, and used that paper to mat this paper for the next page, and used some pre-created letters that I have, and I washi tape stuck them down to my paper, and then inked with just a dry based acid free, came from Michaels I believe, ink pad until it covered enough. So these are the 2 pages that I've completed so far with different and fun titles that I've not used before. So one last page before I am done for the night. A friend of mine on the website suggested that I try cutting my title out of pictures, and I had just completed an entire 2-page spread that was covered completely with the little pieces that are left over when you trim up your pictures. So I just did that, and so I thought that this would be a really neat idea too. So I decided that I was going to continue with my beach book, because I've got these beach pictures that I've trimmed up, and so I cut these on my Cricut, and I'm hoping that I can get all this to work out, and then I can finish this video without any more issues. So I cut out the word beach vibes with my remaining picture pieces, or some of them. And like I said, this is leftovers from pictures I took of my kids or family on the beach. It's in the evening, during the day, in the morning, all through the day. This is just some sand pictures. I tried to get a little bit of both in some of them. So I was trying to decide what color these were going to best fit on. I wanted it to be a really nice blue. So I just took these and laid them out on across all of this to see what worked best. And to me, it was this really pretty, let's see, it's basil. I was going to see if it has a color on here. Shimmer, I don't know, it's like a aqua color. It probably says on here, and I'm completely blind and can't see it, but anyway, I felt like this color was the best color to use because everything stood out. I really didn't want to mat the words, so I decided that I would use this really pretty basil teal aqua color, and it's shiny, shimmery, and it's got some texture. So I have 2 pictures I'm going to use. They are both of my best friend. This is one of them, the palm trees, and this is one she's out on the pier, and this is with my son. So these are the 2. I felt like this really incorporated the whole beach vibes. I mean, what's more beachy than palm trees? So I'm gonna try and do this kind of quick because, well, I'm trying to not have another catastrophe on my hands. So I'll tell you while I'm getting these put down. The first one that I was doing, my alarm went off, and I used my phone to video, so it turned it off. The second one, I thought, oh, you know what? I'll be real smart. I'll use my iPad, and that way if somebody calls, then I can either mute the call or whatever. And then I'm pretty new to this. I've just been making videos for YouTube for, I don't know, about a month. So I don't have like one of those fancy doodads that you put your phone in and everything. So I have a 3-drawer thing on the top of my desk that I use. And so I just position my phone, or in this case my iPad, in the drawer, and get it positioned to where it's aiming, in this general area. So my iPad is a little heavier than my phone, and I was almost done with the video, and all of a sudden the whole thing fell on me, including the drawer, full of paper and layouts that I have already completed. And yeah, that was fabulous. Not only was it heavy, and I was a little worried that the shelf itself was breaking. I mean, I was literally in the middle of stamping the word joy on that page, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is gonna like ruin the page, break my arm, destroy the I mean, it was a mess. So anyway, I got all that fixed, and luckily it stopped recording on its own when it fell. Somehow, maybe I hit a button when I went to catch it. So, but I went back to watch it and see if it was like usable. Yeah, no, it's not usable, but it certainly is entertaining to watch. Okay, so I have these die cuts, and because where we go, there's typically not a lot of palm trees on where we are, but this picture of her is a little further inland, and we're just taking pictures to be fun. This is near where we stay, but not like right on the beach. So I'm using tear and tape, which I love. So I'm going to use tear and tape to tack down the bottom and part of the trunk of the tree. And then I am going to foam square the top part, because I really want this to come out the top of the picture, and give it a ton of dimension if I don't tear the tree apart first. So I have these lovely foam squares, and they came from the dollar store. I love them. They're really good. I haven't had any issues. I've been using them for a while. Haven't had any problem with them, tearing up or tearing my stuff, unless, I put something down wrong and try and take it off. You can move them not long after you've put them down, so that is fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to start with one, because I'm going to put it in the middle coming up, and then I'm trying to decide if I want to, you saw that, didn't you, matte my picture, or if these being behind the picture will be enough. So I'm going to set my picture here, because I really, like I said, want this to kind of come above like this. And then I want to tuck these behind here. So I don't want the whole dang tree, but I also can't have it like sticking out. Nope. Can't go over the side of the... Okay. So you're not going to be able to see all that mess underneath there. So I want to see if the back is going to, if it's going to be enough for me to not have to mat the picture. Because I want to have these lovely little palm trees kind of like coming over. Okay. I'll still probably mat it. We'll see. So I cut out this thing for the pool, and from my Cricut. And I thought this was really neat. I thought this would look good as a border underneath my best friend. I'm not using the whole thing, but I thought I would use part of it and see how it looks. This is what you call winging it. You know how to wing it? Because if you don't know how to wing it, I can really show you. Although I don't know if it's really a learned thing or if you just have to be able to do it. So I'm going to trim this off here. And I am going to mat it, and I think I might mat that, but first I'm going to go ahead now that I know where I want to put it. And if you cannot see, because I am off camera, I think, because I can't remember where the view is, I am just taping up the word vibes that I cut out in pictures. I cut this a little smaller than the word beach, because really that was the main focal point, because these pictures that I cut the words out into is from Beach Pictures. Such a good idea. Thank you, Julie. We had a Zoom get together the other day, and I was just like, I really enjoy doing this, and I still got a ton of pictures, so I guess I'm gonna do another page. And she said, well, you could always do this. And I was like, what? Like, it was not even something I had even thought about, cutting the words out of the picture leftovers. I mean, some people were talking about printing some extra pictures just to do that with, but I don't need that. Like, I have so many pictures. My dad was a photographer, like, well, amateur, but very good at it. This is gonna go too high. Hold on, let me fix my boo-boo before it's too late. My dad was an amateur photographer, loved taking pictures, and I went to print the pictures that he had taken. I'm just gonna move this whole thing down. I went to print the pictures that he had taken for the first couple years of our trip. And oh my gosh, Kristen, did you see that? That was so cute. This is what happens when I'm super not focused. I have ADD. Have I told you all that? VIBE. Anyway, so I went to go print the pictures that my dad had taken just the first couple of years, because I knew that it was a lot and that I would have to do it a little at a time, because who has time to like work with more? We've been 10 years. Let me say that. We've been 10 years. So I went and got these pictures printed. Sorry, I'm really distracted. Look at this up. So while when I just sent them all. You know, like I sent them all to Walgreens when they had their 10-cent sale. And so I went to pick them up, and I guess I just really never paid attention when I was ordering, because when I picked them up, there were 378 pictures. Now, mind you, this is my father's pictures only, no one else. Well, there were probably a few that he had saved that I had like sent him or something. So it was my dad's pictures for the most part only, not mine, not my sister's, my brother-in-law's. And it was just 2 years. We have been to the beach 10 years. From the time that our boys, the one that's pictured below, was just 1, till the time our boys were, let's see, they turned 11 last year, and we couldn't go because of COVID, so they would have been 10 the last year that we went. So yeah, it was yeah, a lot of pictures. I want to trim the sky off, so I'm going to turn it this way. I am pulling all of this out of my scrap drawer. That was yesterday's challenge, by the way, that Anne Marie gave us, was to use our scraps. you are looking for a home, somewhere to be able to get ideas and inspiration, to feel welcome, you need to check out scrapbookingwithannemarie.com, because she really encourages us to do amazing things, to try new things. I've got inks that I've never used before that I went out and got because I wanted to try something new. She was encouraging me to try something new. I've pulled stuff out of my stash that I've had forever that I didn't even know what it was, because I had gotten it like in a mystery kit or gifted from somebody, or you know, a leftover from something, or I bought it on sale thinking, oh, whatever this is going to be great, and then I didn't even know what it was. So she has encouraged me. The other ladies on there have taught me new techniques, obviously, like this. All sorts of really great things. There's daily challenges, there's tutorials twice a week, we do Zoom get-togethers where we scrap together. Honestly, Anne-Marie has invited us all over to her house, and we're from all over the place. Like, there's people from all over the United States, there's people from multiple countries. I love to get on these Zoom calls with them, because then you get to hear all their accents, which are awesome. There's something right there. Okay. Sorry. I don't know how much you all know about ADHD, but I am suffering from it. All right. Get over there. Okay. So most important, I want to cover stuff and it to be even. Okay, before I go any further, let me turn this, and I'm going to pull the little pieces off of my little foam squares. I can hear my son in the next room, and he's already taken over the television because I told him I'd be in there in 10 minutes. And it has been more than 10 minutes, I would assume, because he has already turned the TV on. Let's see. Okay. I love working with these foam things because they're really versatile, and they're small enough to where you can put them under even little things. And I have cut them before to where they're even smaller, but when you're trying to do a video, the tear and tape and stuff is like really time consuming. So I think what I'm going to do in the future is get a tape runner. I know there's a few that the ladies have suggested before or given me tips to use, and I think maybe I will do that. All right, I don't want to put this down too low because I want to be able to put the blue on there and not cover too much of the picture. I'm not tacking it down yet, but I also don't want the picture to come out too far either. Okay, so that will work. And now I can put some tape on my water. And like I said, this is the back side, the end, or the negative, I guess I would say, of something that I had cut out before. I made this thing for a pool party, and it said this was like the part that you cut out for the pool party. I want it to come all the way down like this. I don't mind that it is coming over onto the S a little bit for the vibes. I can actually toss that. I'm really bad about keeping every scrap there ever has been known to man. All right, so part of this challenge with Anne-Marie is to put some yellow on here and a heart. So I have these two things, and I've had these forever, and I couldn't even tell you what, they came in like this huge pack of different things. So I think I'm gonna use Fun Times, just because we definitely had lots of fun times. My best friend started going with us in 2013. We started in 2010 and went most years after that, except for like 2008. I'm gonna tuck that in there. You won't be able to see it. So I think I'm gonna put it here. And so that incorporates my yellow. And the only other thing I need is a heart. And I got plenty of different ways to do hearts. But I think what I'm gonna do is, if I can get this down, these are from the dollar store and I love their stuff. And these are new. They're like metal, or at least they have the feel of being like metal. They're, it does not come with two, by the way. It comes with one, and when I bought another one, because I was starting to use them, I put the extra on the back, so I was not using up too much space on my spinner. I would use this one, but it doesn't actually have a heart on it. So I think I'm going to use this one that says love, because I totally love, could do the you and me, but no, I think I'm going to do this one that says love. And I love these, like, I don't know, they're really plastic. I don't know if you could see it. They're plastic, they're flexible, but they just have a feel of almost being like metallic. So I kind of want to put it down here on top of this so it has that whole theme, and the cluster. Something new I'm learning all about is clustering and tucking. I've never been much of a cluster or tuck kind of person. I definitely have branched out since being with this group of awesome, I say ladies, and I think most of them are ladies on the website, but Facebook has a group that's Scrapbooking the Day Away, and there are some guys on there, and it is great. So this is my page, and I'm going to put some dates on here, and I'm going to get a little glue, my a glue, literally a glue pin. This is Tombow. I just got this. I've never used this stuff before, but I literally just got it a week ago, and you can see the difference in how much I've used. So, but I love it. I don't have to put a ton of pressure. You don't have to squeeze. I do love my Zig memory system pin, but, and you could, as you can tell, because there's like, you can see through it to where there's barely any glue. But sometimes when my carpal tunnel in my hands is really bothering me, it's hard for me to push to squeeze the bottle. So I know if anybody has like carpal tunnel or arthritis really bad in their hands, this is a really good pin. And you could even put one of those like pencil grip things on here if you needed to have that grip. You don't really put any pressure. It's just like a normal pin, and it dries pretty quick. So I really like these, and I got it at Joann Fabrics, but I'm sure you could probably find it other places too. So anyway, I'm just gonna go through and make sure that all these little letters are tacked down. I may put, oh, I'm gonna put the dates on here because this is from 2014. And other than that, this is my page. I hope y'all have an amazing, amazing day. It is Sunday, so I hope you have a great week. And I hope that you all will come back and see me again, and we can do some more kind of random on the fly scrapbooking together. Have a wonderful evening.